Welcome to the Marquesas Key. Epiphany is on its first leg of its circumnavigation world tour to stop and smell the coconut base. Along with this tour comes working on boats in exotic places. We could have stayed in Boot Key Island for years working on the boat. We decided it's seaworthy. Let's get underway. We can work on it in exotic places. So here's the Marquesas. Real low-lying key. It is an atoll. I think it's the only atoll in Atlantic Ocean. I don't know. You'd have to Google it. But it is an atoll. It's off Key West, between Key West and Tortuga. It's our first stop. So we've got chores, and the chore I'm going to work on now is security chain to put on our dinghy. Now, we don't feel like anyone's going to come by and steal our dinghy tonight, but we're anchoring in places around the world where security may be an issue, so we'll have a chain on our dinghy to lock it up to the beach, lock it up to docks and everything. So let's work on getting this chain. It's galvanized, 5/16 by 50 feet. I don't know if I use it all. But if anyone's got anything that'll cut that, they can cut anything else we'd put on it. We just don't want to be the low-hanging fruit. So let's get started. So step one in our dinghy and motor security plan is we're shackled to the motor. And yes, just shackled. It's not a lock. If you have a wrench, you can undo that. That is tight. That is 12-inch crescent wrench or 10-inch crescent wrench tight, 12-inch. So, but if you bring bolt cutters, you can cut the chain. You know, what we're trying to do is not be the low-hanging fruit for theft. You can never prevent it 100% with security measures, but the motor moves freely, and that chain is attached to an eye bolt through the transom. Same thing, you can undo the eye bolt, you can get a wrench and undo the shackle, or cut the chain. Can't prevent that. Lock would be no different. A pair of bolt cutters would take the chain out first. So we're just not being the low-hanging fruit. Now I'm going to zip tie this chain up along the edge of the boat, all the way down to the front, to where we can drag it up on shore and lock it around a piling on a dock or something like that, or secure it to the back of the boat at night. Again, not being the low-hanging fruit, making it difficult to steal. You could never make it impossible. We've got the chain zip tied to the edge of the dinghy just to keep it nice and neat and clean. We got a box here to store it in. We might change that. Something that hangs from the seat, don't slide around. Now we're just going to run some chain up to the cleat there on the back. And Gordon, you got the padlock, correct? Yep, brass combination padlock. We'll hit it with some WD-40, and that way we're chained to the back of the boat for the night. And secure. Securely locked to a cleat on the back of the boat. A little additional security should the ropes pull the rings off the side of the boat like she has done in hurricanes before. And now we are confident we will always wake up with a dinghy attached to the back of Epiphany. And last but not least, another wrench tight shackle between the thumb screws that hold the motor to the transom. And we'd previously done this. These are bolted through the bracket on the transom with locking nuts. So multiple layers of security. All of them can be defeated, but they take time, make noise, and we always want to be hanging off the back of Epiphany. And if we hear the noise, we can do something about it. Have a good night.